Whew. There you go. They are 12-1 in their last 13 games, including the playoffs, 45-17. Antonio Brown has 900 career receptions now, fastest in NFL history to do that. Marvin Harrison had it in 149 games. He did it in 143. Bucs minus 650 on the money line. They were given 11. You could have given a lot more than that. The over hits, and this was just all Tampa Bay, all Brady, all the time. Whatever superlatives you want to say. It's just more, and better. And again, for the first time ever, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. All right, the guy who called it, one of our greats here at CBS, Tony Romo, jumping aboard and joining me. All right, I mean, the Tampa Bay offense, we're at a new level now. So you and I are defensive coordinators next week, and Antonio Brown, 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns. Godwin had 7 catches, over 70 yards. They're going to get Gronk back at some point. What are we at least going to try to take away first to make them uncomfortable?
I keep saying you almost have to invite them to run the ball. You have to shorten their possessions, because if you get a 12, 14, 15 possession game, they're going to outscore you. But if you can create a 6, 7, 8 possession game, it's not just you running the football. It's you saying, run the ball, Tom. Here, see, you have numbers. It's really inviting. Keep running it. And let them get 3 yards, 4 yards, even 10 sometimes. I mean, by letting, you're going to tackle and try and stop. But then you get off the field. Make them have 4 third downs on a drive that are 3rd and 2, 3rd and 6. And then you'll get aggressive once, and they'll overshoot it, and then, they had to kick a field goal or punt. And that's really what it's about. It's about not giving up the big play touchdown, inviting the run, and then just in the red zone, you've got to play great defense, and you just have to give up 2 field goals, a half basically, and that's it. Other than that, no problem.
I'm using invite them to run the football going forward. I'll give you credit, but I'm now using that phrase. As for Miami, look, Jacoby Brissett wasn't bad today. He had 1 interception, not his fault. 275, 2 touchdowns. Nope. Last year, Miami was knocking on the door for the playoffs. Now they're 1-4. What's different? Because the record is sure different.
Yeah, it's tough to pinpoint exactly. One, we did have a quarterback change. Brissett played well today. The last couple weeks I wanted him to get the ball out a little quicker and stuff, but today was good. If he plays like this every week, or even 2, they're going to be in a lot of games to be all right. The biggest thing, though, is just their defense is not getting off the field on 3rd down. They're giving up too many big plays, and their identity is a little bit off. And I don't really see them like they were last year. And, I think it'll show itself here going forward. But they need to come up with what they're going to do on 3rd down to get off the field, because, they're beating themselves, with penalties and other stuff on offense and just puts them behind. But that's really what I see.
And finally, we talk about Brady and that offense. They're great. And Miami, what's wrong there? I guess the third topic for me is the Bucs defense. People are looking and saying, look, they're very banged up on the back end, especially in that secondary. When you watch them for 4 quarters, play in, play out, what'd you see with the Bucs defense today? And how worried are you long-term about that secondary? Ultimately, they maybe play some better teams down the road.
I'm not worried about it at all. If you shut the run down completely and you have a good offense, you're going to be the worst secondary in the league. Just that by itself. You're going to score a ton of points. The other team has to throw the ball because they can't run against you. You have historically good run defense. So literally every play, teams are going to say, we got to throw the ball. And we're trailing, so they're going to try and run more plays and be more aggressive. I can't imagine them having a chance at being good statistically in pass defense. But that doesn't mean they're not going to play great defense. It just means that's how teams are going to attack them. So that statistic is skewed. I don't worry about that near as much as other people.
Well said. Thank you very much. Always appreciate a few minutes. He had the game. Tony Romo, appreciate your time.
Thanks.
All right, so Tampa Bay goes out there and almost puts up a 500. It's 45 points, and Tom Brady did something he'd never done before. I didn't know there was anything left for him to do that he's never done before.
Yeah.
Had never thrown for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in the same game. So let's just check that box too. I'll give you the same question I gave to Tony Romo. We're defensive coordinators last week. You made your living stopping people. What do we got to take away first? That's always been the Belichick thing. I'm going to take away what you do best and then leave it to that. He says invite you to run the football. What do you say?
I'm right there with Tony Romo when it comes to attacking their offense, and here's why. They have so many number ones at the pass catching position for Tampa. Any guy at any given time can take over a ball game. Mike Evans is a number one. Chris Godwin is a number one. When Rob Gronkowski is in the lineup, he is a number one. Antonio Brown, for God's sake, is still a number one.
Are you surprised Antonio Brown has found the fountain of youth?
No.
He looked faster to me today than he did at any point last year, the year before, the year before that.
I played with AB, I played with James Harrison, I played with a lot of outstanding athletes. Yep. I never see a guy work as hard as AB. I never see a guy take care of his body. I never see a guy do the extra thing.
And it's 10 years later. I'm saying it seems like he's faster this year than last year, no?
And he's still going hard. We saw the speed. Some people question, well, he might have lost a step. No, that step is still there times three. Not to mention the chemistry he has with Tom Brady. This offense, when they're all together, they're the best offense in the National Football League, in my opinion.
Who scares you the most in this offense, JJ? Other than 12, obviously.
Mike Evans, because of his size, because he is consistent. Among many different quarterbacks, he's going to get the job done. And I think that he's sort of been taken for granted just a little bit because for so long when he could have been making his name and having those consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, he was wasting away on a team that was 4-12 or 7-9. He's been doing it for a minute. And if he were on a perennial playoff team over the last couple of years, we'd be talking about Mike Evans legitimately as a top 6 or 7 wide receiver in the NFL. Instead, we do not. But I think that that's a guy with his size, with his connection with Tom Brady. You got to take him out of the equation.
This is how good they are.
Yes.
Mike Evans had one catch in the game against New Orleans last year and one catch in the Super Bowl. So their best option is a guy, he catches one, they're still going over 30.
Yeah. And the question you ask JJ, you may ask me, I might say Gronkowski. I might say Chris Godwin.
Who didn't even play today and they put up 45 points.
Yes, and the thing is, you mentioned a cool stat. Chris Godwin actually led them in receptions, but he didn't have the splash plays.
Right.
That's my theme today with the Bucs. The problem is, what do I take away first? If you're just, look, I know when I play Kansas City, I got Kelsey, I got Tyreek Hill.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Scott Pioli has told me a million times, I can take away 1.5 guys.
Yeah.
That's about it. I can't take away 2. I can't take away 3. I can take away 1.5. So if I play Kansas City, I can take away one of those and limit the other one.
And we've seen
me, Cole Hardman, try to be
successful.
I don't know what to do when I play Tampa.
Because you don't want to leave 81 by himself.
Nope.
On your number 3 corner or the fourth corner.
I don't want that to happen. All right. All right. Now, let's go to the other side. Miami. JJ. They were knocking on the door last year of a playoff team. There was a team when Brian Flores took over, they were dreadful. The first 2 weeks, they were dreadful. They started 0-8. They were posting odds in Vegas on them going 0-16. Yep. Then in the second half of the year, they went 5-3. They had a better record than Tom Brady and the Patriots second half of the year. Last year, they were knocking on the door in the playoffs, but now it's 1-4. The quarterback is different, but it's not worse. So what is worse? What's the problem in Miami?
It is the offense because I'll tell you this, they could very easily be 0-5 right now.
No question.
Right? They won against the New England Patriots to begin the season, but that was because of a Damian Harris fumble there at the beginning.
And one since.
Red zone fumble.
And that was it. And they haven't won since. I think they need to get in shootouts with teams, and they just don't have the offensive firepower. They don't have it with the quarterback. That's going to be the issue. The defense, obviously, the defense is underachieving, but after 5 games, it's a fool me twice kind of deal. Like, okay, that's who you are. You're going to be a middling defense. We're going to have to be able to consistently put up 24 points in order to be competitive in football games. They can't do it.
I get it, and I feel bad because it's a franchise. This Dolphins undefeated. It's been a long time.
One of the longest playoff droughts.
That's exactly right. And you would think, okay, you think about Cincinnati, you think about some of these other franchises, and then you look at, wait, really? It's been a long time for the Dolphins, and it feels like they have regressed this year.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.